Hi everyone, how are you? This is Madeline. Welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you again. In our last video, we introduced the old HSK test. Now in today's video, we will introduce the new HSK test. And I think after watching this video, you can tell the difference between the old HSK test and the new HSK test. Are you ready? Let's go. New HSK test introduction. In today's video, I will introduce 4 parts. The first one, overview. Second one, new HSK 3.0 introduction. Part 3, some advice for our learners. The last part, resource. Overview. The Ministry of Education of the People's Republic of China announced further details regarding HSK 3.0 on April 1st, 2021. Among the information shared was a word list for each individual stage, and a date for the introduction of the new test, July 1st, 2021. As of April 2022, no HSK 3.0 tests have been rolled out, and only a single preparation book for the basic levels has been published. Additionally, the HSK 2.0 test format is still in use. An update on the official HSK website suggests that the April 2021 date only signified the start date for the conception of the new HSK 3.0. Now, let's introduce the new HSK 3.0. There are 5 parts. The first part, 3 levels in 9 bands. Part 2, 4-dimension benchmarks. Part 3, quantitative criteria. Part 4, new skills, handwriting. Part 5, proficiency of each level. 3 levels in 9 bands. 3 levels, elementary level, intermediate level, advanced level. 9 bands, HSK level 1 to level 9. Elementary level includes HSK 1 to HSK 3. Intermediate level includes HSK 4 to HSK 6. And the advanced level includes HSK 7 to HSK 9. 4-dimension benchmarks. Syllabus, characters, vocabulary, and grammar. Now let's look at quantitative criteria. This chart shows us the new HSK 3.0 quantitative criteria. Their levels, band, syllable, character, vocabulary, and grammar. Level, elementary, intermediate, advanced. Band from HSK 1 to HSK 9. In the syllable, you can see the numbers here. The characters, you need to master all these characters. Vocabulary, each levels also list the vocabulary number. And the grammar. So you say the red numbers here, they are old HSK vocabulary number for each level. You can see if you want to pass the new HSK test, you need more vocabularies. The new skills, handwriting. This chart shows us the new HSK character handwriting requirements. Their level, band, required handwriting characters, and handwriting speed. For example, elementary level, HSK 1, you need to master required handwriting characters 100 characters, and your handwriting speed per minute, you need to more than 10 characters. So far, we can tell the difference between the old HSK test and the new HSK test. The new HSK test has a more specific level classification, elementary level, intermediate level, and advanced level. There are also 4-dimension benchmarks of the new HSK, syllabus, characters, vocabulary, and grammar. There's also an obvious increase in the difficulty and the number of words required for each band. We just saw the new HSK quantitative criteria. If you pass level 3, it means you're still elementary level. And the new HSK includes the new skills, that is handwriting. Now let's look at the new skills handwriting requirement for each level. HSK 1. You need to master 100 Chinese characters in the elementary handwriting Chinese character table. Understand the stroke and the stroke order rules of Chinese characters and the usage of the most common punctuation marks. You can copy Chinese characters correctly at a speed of no less than 10 characters per minute. Have the most basic written expression ability. Use simple words and common sentences to fill in the most basic personal information and write notes. HSK 2. You need to master 200 Chinese characters in the elementary handwriting Chinese character table. You are able to better master the writing rules of Chinese character strokes and the stroke order, as well as the usage of common punctuation marks. Copy Chinese characters correctly at a speed of not less than 15 words per minute. Have preliminary written expression skills. Use simple sentences to introduce basic information closely related to personal life or study within a specified time, with a word count of not less than 100 words. HSK 3. You need to master 300 Chinese characters in the elementary handwriting Chinese character table. Master the writing rules of Chinese character strokes and the stroke order and the usage of various punctuation marks relatively skillfully. Correctly copy Chinese characters at a speed of no less than 20 words per minute. Have general writing expression skills. Write email notifications and narrative essays within the specified time, with a word count of no less than 200 words, and the sentences should be smooth and clear. HSK 4. You need to master 100 Chinese characters in the intermediate handwriting Chinese character table. You are able to basically master the structural characteristic of Chinese characters. Use simple sentence patterns to express paragraphs, complete simple narrative, explanatory, and the other raw materials within the specified time. The number of words is not less than 300. The words are basically correct. The sentence patterns have certain changes. Complete common applied writing styles, and the format is basically correct. HSK 5. You need to master 250 Chinese characters in the intermediate handwriting Chinese character table. Analyze the structure of common Chinese characters. Use relatively complex sentence patterns for paragraph expression, and complete the writing of general narrative, explanatory, and simple argumentative language materials within the specified time. The number of words is not less than 450. The words are relatively appropriate, the sentences are basically correct, the content is relatively complete, and the expression is relatively smooth. Complete general application style writing with correct format and a basic standard expression. HSK 6. You need to master 400 Chinese characters in the intermediate handwriting Chinese character table. Analyze the structure of Chinese characters relatively skillfully. Use longer and more complex sentences for paragraph expression. Complete the writing of common narrative, explanatory, and argumentative language materials within the specified time. The number of words is not less than 600. The words are appropriate, the sentences are correct, the content is complete, the expression is smooth and coherent. Use common rhetorical device. Complete a variety of applied writing styles with the correct format and a standard expression. HSK 7. Write Chinese characters required by advanced language quantitative indicators. Write certain application documents, explanatory articles, argumentative essays, and professional papers with clear viewpoints, clear levels, smooth sentences, correct format, appropriate expression, and logicality. Correctly use a variety of rhetorical methods. HSK 8. Write Chinese characters required by advanced language quantitative indicators. Write long practical articles, explanatory articles, argumentative articles, and professional papers with clear viewpoints, clear structure, fluent sentences, correct format, appropriate expression, clear logic. Correctly use relatively rich idioms and various rhetorical methods. HSK 9. Write advanced language quantitative indicators, writing Chinese characters. Complete degrade this and writing in various styles, correct and coherent viewpoints, correct format, appropriate expression, strong logic. Correctly use various complex sentences, comprehensive use of various rhetorical methods, rich literary talent. Now let's look at the proficiency of each level. Elementary level includes HSK 1 to 3. You need to understand simple language materials and communicate effectively in society. Express limited topics in daily life, for example, study, work, social interactions. Organize short paragraphs using common sentence patterns and complete simple communication tasks. Use simple communication strategies to assist in daily expression. Have no knowledge of Chinese culture. Have preliminary cross-cultural communication skills. Intermediate level includes HSK 4 to 6. Understand the general language materials on a variety of topics. Communicate fluently. Make basic statements on more complex topics in the fields of daily life, for example, work, occupation, society, culture. Use common communication strategies. Have a basic understanding of Chinese culture knowledge. Possess basic cross-cultural communication skills. Advanced level, HSK 7 to 9. Understand complex language materials on a variety of topics and themes, and conduct in-depth exchanges and discussions. Conduct standardized and appropriate social communication on complex topics in the fields of social life, academic research. Have clear logic, rigorous structure, coherent and reasonable organization, and be able to flexibly use various communication strategies. Have an in-depth understanding of Chinese cultural knowledge and possess an international perspective and cross-cultural communication skills. Now, there's some advice for our learners. For all the learners, it doesn't matter what the levels you have. More challenge, because there are more words you should know and pass the new HSK test. For our current test candidates, the old HSK levels are not equivalent to the new HSK. HSK 3 level is still elementary level. That means if you pass the HSK 3 test, you are still elementary level. And you start practicing handwriting Chinese characters and translation. For example, you need to practice the Chinese characters, strokes, and strokes order. For our new learners, you need a solid foundation. What is solid foundation? That includes pinyin, Chinese characters, vocabulary, sentence structure, grammar. Plus, you also need to start to practice your handwriting. There are some resources I usually use, and for the links, I will leave it as my comments. For our HSK 1 to 6 textbook and a workbook, you can get it on Amazon. And this textbook and a workbook, you still can use it to prepare for the test because the official test center is still working on adjustments for this textbook and a workbook. The second one, 中文考试服务网, that is the official website. You can get some information about new HSK. For example, new HSK 7 to 9, they have a mock test online. And the strokes order website. This website, I usually use that a lot for my students because this website can show you the strokes order. And the last part, Chinese Grammar Wiki, I usually use that to check some grammar before I teach my student. Alright, thank you for your watching. See you next time. As I mentioned in this video, it doesn't matter how many changes does this test have in the future, but you still need to have a good, solid foundation to support you and to help you pass this test. Alright, if you like my video, subscribe, like, and share. If you like this channel, subscribe it. If you have any questions, give me comments. Alright, see you next time. 再见。